right before this, I was looking up gaslighting and
Yeah.
just like the different techniques of gaslighting that people use. And a lot of times you can come at them with like a genuine concern and they'll be like, oh, I was just joking.
Yeah.
Or like, you're the only one that feels that way. Everybody else sees it this other way. I noticed that a lot of the techniques are about making you feel like you're alone. You
Hmm.
know, nobody wants to be isolated. That's like a deep seated human fear.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how you set healthy boundaries.
Well, so starting with the gaslighting thing, are you talking about this type of gaslighting behavior? Like healthy boundaries? Because I can imagine healthy boundaries in a lot of different circumstances.
Right, right. Yeah, I guess let's just start with gaslighting in general. Like how do you deal with gaslighting?
Okay. The first thing is the energetic boundary with gaslighting. The problem with gaslighting is that you know what's going on. Something was off in that communication. Something was violent in the way they made that joke. And you felt not the physical violent, but the intent to harm in it. And then you said, ooh, that was pretty. And they're like, oh, no, I was just kidding. The first gaslight is they attempt to do it to you, but then you fundamentally do it to yourself. You leave the part of you that hurts. It's like, no, my heart hurts. I could feel this. And you go to your head and you're like, well, technically, they did just say that that's a nice shirt. Or it's like, and you start to rationalize, and your head is very, very good at never being 100% certain of anything. Because if you think about it, I'm not 100% certain that the sun is going to rise tomorrow. So how can I be 100% certain of what somebody's intent was, or if they were trying to hurt me? So your head can always buy the story of another person. The part of you that knows is the part of you have to stick with, is generally in the body. And you'll feel it when somebody insults you or is unkind to you. You won't necessarily be able to explain it to them, but you will feel pain. So the first step is to not gaslight yourself by leaving the feeling of discomfort in your own body. If you can do that, if you can hold that energetic boundary and not allow them to talk you out of your own experience, gaslighting goes away, like entirely. It cannot work on you. The hard thing is that what can happen in those situations is you'll be in a room where somebody has said something unkind or lied to you. Let's just take the example of somebody's cheating on you, right? Like, why are you trying to look at my phone? What's going on with you? Is something going on in your day? Are you on your period? Is like whatever the heck they say to make you feel crazy about what you did. The thing that generally needs to happen, the first boundary is the energetic one where you go, oh, this really hurts. The second boundary is to recognize I'm not going to solve this problem right now in direct connection with this other person. And is to take physical space, to draw the boundary of space. Oftentimes, the people that gaslight do not want you to have enough privacy to feel through things on your own. They also do not want to create opportunities for you to connect with other people that they've been gaslighting. So they will find ways to gossip, shit talk, intervene, always play third wheel, so that you don't have alone time with other people that are experiencing the same thing, so that you don't bring up, this weird thing happened. And then they go, oh my God, that happened to me too. And you start realizing what's going down. So step one, energetic boundary. Step two is to take physical space. This can be very, very hard for people who have any sort of abandonment issue to recognize the relationship isn't over when I say, hey, I need some time. Like I don't want to talk for the rest of the day. Like I need to cool off. But if you can develop that skill to take space without being mean or cruel or violent, just, you know what, this isn't working for me, I need to step away, gaslighting will drop dramatically. You take space, you call someone that you trust, you talk it out with them, you get in contact with your own heart, your own gut, and you'll start really unpacking what happens. Gaslighting works when you try to solve the gaslighting in relationship with the person who's doing it, and they're never going to allow that to happen.
Yeah, that's well said. I like how you put things into like different levels of reactions.
Mm-hmm.
I love how you are very charitable in your first reaction. Like if something if there you feel like a comment was said, maybe a sleight of hand, like
Mm-hmm.
you give it charity. You're like, you know what,
Yeah.
maybe that was a mistake. I'll interpret it positively.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you do that, you open up so much space to just kind of walk through life in like a nice little bubble. Like your bubble goes from being really small to way bigger.
Yeah.
Because usually people don't, it's rare. Is it rare that people go to that second level and jab you twice?
Totally. Yes. I think so much, this is what I got wrong. Let's say 96% of the time, the person may be having a bad day. I may have misinterpreted because I'm having a bad day. Like there's some room for immediate healing and reconciliation 96% of the time. The problem is that 4% of the time, someone has something resembling a personality disorder that will cause them to repeatedly do these sorts of infractions. And this is where I made the mistake of being 100% charitable in my life. Like, it's on me. I can fix anything. I can turn it around all the time. And I think the 95.5 or the 96.4 is actually way more accurate. And the important thing is to stay with yourself, because I can tell you stories, but I have, in constantly being charitable, I have created these circumstances where I've been taken advantage of, exploited, stolen from, all of these sorts of things. And it's not because everybody does that. It's because a small percentage of the time when you think this stuff is happening, it's actually happening, and it's worse than that. But 95% of the time, it's like, oh, we can flip this in one exchange with a commenter.
Yeah, I love that. You got to balance being charitable with having boundaries.
Yes.
And
yes.
if you're just charitable, you're going to get steamrolled. You're going to get walked all over. And if you have really strict boundaries, you're not going to have room for those like little playful moments.
Yeah. Yeah, and it does feel magical when you're like, wow, I, in the past, would have immediately made this person my enemy. But by just pausing for a little bit and not jumping towards we're on opposing sides, I have a friend, or I see, and the world seems like it is so much more full of potential and possibility and relationships that you can have.